the purging. We're doing the purging. That is not the tool that I want. That is not the tool that I want. Well, that one will work. The blacksmithing. The blacksmithing. Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry I wasn't on this morning. I had a class I had to go teach, help with. Actually, I wasn't teaching it. I was there as a student, but I ended up teaching more than I. You didn't see the crosses. Oh, yeah. I forgot to put the crosses on. I put everything but the crosses on. Greetings from Cody, Wyoming. I'll do that. I'll put the crosses on today after I get off of this live stream. Sorry, Bradley. I'll do that. So we're doing hat rack components today. Yeah, I'm a little crazy. They put me in a room. They put me in the room for 2 hours sitting there, and I couldn't move. And it just kind of season's greetings from. Is it New Year's in Indonesia? I'm assuming. I never did good as a student because of that. Some things never change. So we're waiting for steel to warm up. We're going to use the fancy bender to bend up a bunch of hat racks and stuff. Got to do some back plates. I need to heat up. I don't do that right now. For those are heating up, I'll go ahead and do these back plates up. Really? Well, I'm glad it works for that. I've made those in the past, those hangers for like European mounts. I've done them. Yeah, I went to a class today about the internet, trying to promote my promote the Etsy store and everything, and social media. And I was the youngest person in there. It was sad. Everybody was having a hard time. Just trying to do fade in videos and all kinds of stuff. So that's the last of the back plates. I'm going to have to go shovel. I'm going to have to go shovel out now because all my material is covered in about 4 feet of snow. So that's the last of the back plates for a minute. So yeah, internet classes. It's hard for a guy like me to do that kind of stuff. Sit there and watch that kind of stuff, do that stuff. It's a little bit hard. Bradley, I think I'm gonna have a booth at the Winchester Gun Show this summer. By the sounds of it. Yeah, I don't know. They're talking about changing the venue. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. They're talking about leaving the ice on the hockey rink all summer long this year, and I don't know how that's going to work out for the gun show. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out. Got a bunch of stuff I got to do today. I got to do a custom boot jack with the brand on the inside of it. Got to do these hat racks. Got another gun rack. Got to finish up. Finish up another gun rack. Tons of stuff today, and so many knives. Look at all the knife blanks I got that I got to finish. Well, that's good, because I know they've been talking about it, and now they want to spend this $19 million on a new shooting complex here. And that's got everybody in the county up in arms about this new shooting complex that they want to put in. They doubled the taxes in the last 3 years on us, and now they've got this big bunch of money, and now they want to put this shooting complex in, which isn't going to help anybody. It's going to sit there and not get used. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, that means they aren't going to put no ice in then. So that's good. Glad to hear it. Everybody that comes in here forgets that Cody, Wyoming is at the end of the road. Oh, this year's the 50th anniversary? That's pretty cool. I know I've been going for, I don't know, half the years. I remember when I was a kid, it was down at the old gymnasium downtown. Kid. Other than not hardly hot enough. See you later. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. flat racks. So many. If anybody's got any questions or anybody, feel free to come in. Just leave your racist stuff out of here because I don't need to hear it. And nobody else wants to either. I think this tool has done over 3,000 of these. Boiling the hell away around here. Thanks for the likes, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you. Seeing how I missed my morning one this morning, my morning live stream, I thought I'd come in and do this while I'm doing this. I got to stand here and do it anyway, so. I got a ton of stuff to do. Can't seem to ever catch up with it. I do have a plethora of knife blanks sitting here. Kind of got some cool ones. This one turned out pretty good. Little belt turned out pretty nice. Little neck knife. And these always turn out nice. Then, of course, my little patch knives that I do. Here's a little bigger one. That one's been hardened and everything. That one's ready for about one of those little, what do they call that? A razor? Yeah, well, some people don't. Some people have time to play games, sit on their phone and play games. All I want to do is take a nap. Maybe go to the bar, which I never get to do anymore. I don't go to the bar no more. No carousing for old guys like me. Not when you're on a race to retirement. The race to retirement. Don't get old. I don't recommend it. It's highly overrated. Yeah, well, then you understand. I'm 53, and I'm like, man, I'm never going to be able to end this. I'm going to be doing this forever. And I'm hoping to get it a little, at least where I can take some time off at some point. Maybe quit living in a blacksmith shop. That would be good. Get to a place where I don't have to live in the blacksmith shop. It was fun when I was 40, but now that I'm over 50, I don't wish I was a kid. If I could link myself to 35 right now, I would do that. I'd take 35. Those years that I spent being mad during a divorce, yeah, there was about 8 years there where I was damn mad, and I feel like I wasted a bunch of time being mad. I could get that back. Trump derangement syndrome? Who does? Who does Trump derangement syndrome? Who's a Dem? Why do you hate Trump? I used to think I was a Democrat, and then something happened. Democrats changed, man. They are not the same as they was. That's a mean-looking son of a gun. I could turn that into something interesting. That into a something. Something. Yeah, I was a small government, hate war, don't trust the government. I was one of those guys. Now the hell I don't know what the heck I am. Mostly a guy that wants to be left alone. That's what I am. I know that I ain't gonna never get nothing from the government. I'll tell you that. I pretty much figured out that I'm gonna quit working when I die, and that's it. It's fun to watch. I'm going to just let you guys go there for a minute and see what happens. Can't get too heated because they delete your comments, but I'll let you go. I'll be off with you guys in your Trump, not Trump, whatever. I kind of figure people come in here to watch this to get away from that baloney. Yeah. Guy like me's never going to be able to retire. What am I going to live on? $1,300 a month? That would cover the rent on a hovel in Cody, Wyoming. Be living pretty damn bad on $1,800 a month. You guys are going after each other. You guys watch WWF wrestling? There's a heel and a hero, and then every once in a while it flips around and the hero becomes the heel and the heel becomes the hero. That's what politics is like. Answering, solving the world's problems, they are. Oh. Well, I got a couple more, and then I'll have these, and then I can go over and do the others. Making sure benzo's good. Oh gosh. Oh man. You know, one of the smartest things I did when I moved into this shop is I put that forge on those rollers, on that table on those rollers, and kind of made like it's tool bench, right? Like a mechanic. That is so damn handy. I can just move that all over the shop wherever I happen to be working. Learning how to build tooling is a very valuable thing. Yeah. Of course, I'm doing all these now, and I'm setting them right my own damn way. Not paying attention. I generally throw them out on the floor, but I don't feel like bending down to pick them up. Do it this way. Gotta admit, that was pretty doggone good. Well, when I get these done, I'll take a little coffee break here. Have fun. That's it. I'm trying to think if I've had to modify that at all. I think the only thing in 3,000 of these, I think the only thing I've had to do is I went in there and I welded up that, just stepping that up a little bit. But I'll guarantee you that son of a gun gets hot when you do a whole bunch of those. All right, now we're going to go over here and use this other tool. Thanks for coming along on this, everybody. Oh, look, it warmed up. I got the car out of the shop. So I'm pretty sure that this is an old screwdriver out of a Sherman tank. And of course, somebody mashed up the end of it. And I've turned it into a tool for hooking the material out of the forge. But that's an old drop forging. You guys, don't you get enough of that? Don't you get enough of that stuff everywhere else? Got to come every here and do that. That was going to happen. I think most of them will cool down now a little bit. About 17 out of that. I don't know why I'm letting it run, but I am. I'm going to let him run with it. I don't know why I should probably. Thanks for the likes, everybody. I appreciate it. I don't know why you're liking it, but I'm glad. Yes, I did. It's called a treadle hammer, and I built it. Here, I'll swing around there so you can see a little better shot of it. For doing this little light work like this, it works really, really good. Thanks for the likes, everybody. All right, so I got to do a boot jack, so I got to go find me a couple of horseshoes. So I've got a stack of them over here. Maybe I do. Like that. This is the only ones I have in the shop that aren't buried. All the rest of them are buried in the snow outside. Boy, these little nippics are pretty great. Leave it to the Germans. I'm sure probably Snap-on and everybody's making these now. How do you recognize it? I'll show you. So most anvils have a touch mark on them. Most of them, the touch mark will be on the right-hand side, on this side. And this one's pretty wore down. You can't see it. And I put that sticker over the top. I'll show you. So this is my other hay button that I have. Look real close. See there's a name on there. And then put these hay buttons and a lot of anvils, including trips, brands. They have a serial number right there. There's a serial number in there. And I happen to have a book that shows me from the serial numbers of these old hay buttons what year that anvil was made. And I know this anvil was made about 1915. And this one was made in about 1925. I'm from Cody, Wyoming. So the question is, what is a steak? But he's too dumb to care. Oh, they're still going on about politics, the two of them. You're not making any sense. Oh well, that's still them going on. Nice Anvil. Yeah, this one really needs to be built. The horn on it is really, really flat. I need to build it back up. Yeah, 1915. So that one's a 1915. This is about a 1925, and the business and the hay button factory burnt down about 1928. So yeah, and the other one's original. This one has been rebuilt, but I need to rebuild the horn on it because it's got a really, really bad flat spot in it. Go buy a new one. Do not mess around with one of these old anvils. Just spend the money. Go buy a new one. Yeah, no doubt. I get sick of it. I go over to X. I got on X, and that was a bad mistake to get on X. Oh my goodness. Been trying to do some live streams on X. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, they're a Chinese company. Um, they tried to get me to do some advertising and do some product testing in here, and I'd rather not do that. So I haven't. Maybe that's why I'm not as successful as some of these other guys on here. It's because I haven't. I just let it go. Yeah, yeah. There's a couple of guys that are sponsored by them. I got mixed feelings about that. If I was going to go buy a new anvil today, I'd get a JHM. JHM is the company. They make some really nice anvils. You can get 100. You can get a 100-pounder for $500, I think, 500 or 600. Never well worth it. It'll last you your whole life. You'll never wear it out. A big one, a big 250 or 300-pound aluminum will cost you about $1,200. And I know that seems like an awful lot of money, but um, if you take care of them, they don't lose their value. Yep, they're all cast steel. You can't get a forged. They don't make forged anvils anymore. They're all cast, and they're fine anvils. And I've owned several. Um, like I said, if I ever get rich, if I was ever going to get a sponsorship, it would be a JHM sponsorship, and I'd have one of those anvils in here, like the championship blacksmiths use. They use a journeyman round horn anvil, and that's what I'd have in here. I'd like to have 120. They used to make a 128-pounder, and that's what I'd like to have. Once you rebuild the faces on the anvils, they're never as good. They're never as good as original. So, um, and it was bad. This one was really bad. It was clapped out. So, um, the Coke that I use comes from L brand Coke, and they're out of Georgia, and they'll ship it to you by the pallet. Yeah, L brand. That's what the championship guys use, I think, or they were. I don't know what they're using now, but if you just Google L brand Coke, it'll come up. get that bar. I'm doing boot jacks. I just finished doing components for hat racks. Let me see if I got one around. Here's one of the hat racks. Doing components for hat racks. They mount against the wall. The typical blacksmith stuff that I do on a daily basis. And once in a while, I get to do a little arty work. The rabbit, I haven't touched the rabbits. I haven't been so busy. I haven't done anything with them. I've been trying to get caught up on some of these other orders. I need to finish his face. I need to get this one in there, and I need to fix the porosity that I caused him. And I always try to do 2 or 3 of them up, so. But one of these days I'll get his body done. Now that it's warmed up, I might use the coal forge and set up the coal forge outside and get the boy to come bring his big hammer and help me whack out a couple of bodies, rabbit bodies. So that is for the boot jack. If you don't know what a boot jack is, it's a tool that you use to take your shoes off, your boots off. So you wedge your heel or your boot in there, and then you can pull it off. Well, I got this other good shoe that'll work for a boot jack, so we'll use this one too. Try to knock them nails out of there. In my, what am I paying for Coke? I haven't bought any in a while. It was about $50 a bag last time I bought it, so it's about uh gosh, it's almost doubled. What, $1,800 a ton delivered? See, like that shoe's almost too big to do the boot jacks out of. But if you keep those shoes up, 9 times out of 10, the nails will pop right out. Post. Not always, but post. This will probably get used in a moose head or something. That'll be a horn on a moose or some damn thing. Who knows? My goodness. Oh. Oh, I gotta heat that up. Out of the up. See, part of the reason I put them in the torch is I try to get them all the same. Hello. Oh, we got a big political thing going on here between a bunch of guys. Don't mind them. If you don't want to see it, you can just shut it off. Shut up the comments. So anyway, I'm working on a bunch of horseshoes. These are for the rabbit arms. I got to bend up the rabbit arms one of these days, and this is going to be for the rabbit. Did these yesterday. I put them on the Etsy store as a set. Turned out pretty good. That's about as even as I can get them free-handed. I did pretty good on them. And I didn't do a mirror image. I did them so the leaves both go the same ways. And I did this on a live stream last week. Bunch of chisel, little bitty, itty bitty chisel work, almost engraving. Very traditional. And then of course we're getting ready for Easter around here, and I'm not a very Eastery guy, but I do a bunch of these up for the Easter folks. And I had 3 of them, and then one of my buddies come in yesterday and pilfered one. Joel, that does my leather work. He pilfered one out of here, so I think he's got a plan. I think he's going to bring it back. Oh yeah. When that rust on those real bad rust horseshoes like that, when it comes out of the forge, it's got a real distinctive smell. Went from 26 below zero night before last. It's 40 degrees outside right now. So my blacksmithing, I started apprenticing with a farrier that used to shoe all my dad's horses. My folks have a ranch just north of town here a little bit, and we had a farrier school, and he would bring the students from the farrier school and trim horses for my dad. And so I kind of got started with him, and my dad also shoed a little bit. And then in 1990, I went to farrier school, and that's how I got started. We had to build all of our own tools in farrier school, or some of them. So I took the farrier school twice, and then I apprenticed with a couple of different farriers. And so then what I would do is I'd train horses and shoe horses in the summer and fall, and in the winter I'd blacksmith. And I did that for, well, this is 36 years. Keys aren't real steel. Most keys are some kind of pot metal. And some of them you can weld, and some of them you can't weld. So you got to be careful what keys you're using. Most keys aren't made with steel. It's some kind of pig metal or something. And how you can tell that is because when the chromy shiny part wears off, see how they get there's some kind of a brassy pot metal underneath? They aren't steel. So you can't really forge them. You could rivet them to something, but I've never done it. Yeah. A lot of them are some of them aren't brass. Some of them are some kind of pot metal on the inside. Thank you. A used horseshoe is really challenging to forge because they're always different. They wear different, and so when as they they get thin in places and they're thicker in other places, and so it's pretty challenging to forge them. But that's the basis of the boot jack. I got a finished one over here. I'll show you. Once you heat that horseshoe up, once you heat that horseshoe up, it it expands everything, and most of the time those nails will drop right out. That. See? And that makes cleaning up that horseshoe a lot easier. If I'm doing a whole bunch of them, I'll use an air chisel. I've got a little stand over here that I made, and I take an air chisel and I go, and I can cut them nails off cold. And the vibration of the air chisel a lot of times will knock them loose too. So. Yeah, I don't know what those keys are. A lot of them are made out of, I don't know, if you look at your keychain, especially on a key that you've used a lot, like something that you've carried, and of course industrial keys like I have on the front of this shop, they're a little tougher. So they add something to that to make those a little tougher. Those might be some kind of, I don't know. I don't think they're all steel, um, but not even those son of a guns are steel. So anyway, yeah. All right, everybody. Well, now I'm getting ready to weld. Let me see if these back plates are hot still. I got 8 of these I got to do today. I think I got half of them made up, so I got to fit weld the rest of these up. But that's what I use that treadle hammer for, is to do that decorative edge on there. So, all right, everybody. Well, I don't know how long I've been on. An hour. Oh, that's all right. That's good. I got to go make a phone call, and then I got to weld these up. And slag is caused from the oxidation on the steel. Yeah, you can see that. They call it mill scale or forge scale. And it's just a layer of oxidation that happens when the outside of the steel comes in contact with the air. And that's what it is. Iron oxide, mostly. What can you be? Thermite. You can make thermite with it. You add the iron oxide and aluminum powder together, and you can make thermite with it. But other than that, I don't know of anything you can really do with it. A lot of times I'll sweep it up and I'll dump it in with it because it's magnetic. So you can dump it in with the scrap, and I'll put it in the scrap. Yeah, I'm attempting to build. I'm attempting. I want to do some thermite welding, and I've been trying to get all the components to do that put together here, but the post office isn't agreeing with me. Yeah. So thermite welding, they weld, generally they use thermite to weld railroad tracks and stuff together. Really big, heavy stuff. They'll do a thermite weld, a thermite reaction to weld big stuff together. And I just wanted to do it for some YouTube videos. I just wanted to try it. All right, everybody, I'm going to go do my thing. I hate to get off of here with all these people on here, but I do have to get to the post office, and I'm running out of time this afternoon. Blacksmithing in real life, that's how it is. I got to be there by 4:30 or else it ain't going out today. So get hot-headed, always wear your safety squints. If you like the content, go check out the stuff on the Etsy store. There's a link in the bio, or you can just Google Cody Ironworks and it'll come right up. And you don't have to buy nothing. Just go like some stuff, and then you can see all the different stuff I built. Thanks, everybody. Get hot and hit it.